Hello everyone, this is, probably know me as Linux Man, you could call me Micah as well. So I'm going to be sharing some charts on swings that I've been looking at and the reason why I am doing what I plan to do right now. So these are just my ideas. So for right now, if you saw my Discord server, I moved my XLM trade to a bit lower because I like how the Elliott waves or patterns are playing out, right? Since April, we had our bottom. We followed our A, B, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's a very clean Elliott wave. And even if you take the projections, right? So 0 to 1, we had our resistance here, which we corrected. Pretty cool, right? And then if we take here, from 4 to 5 on this small wave. Let's see. Pardon. So 2, 2, 3. We almost tipped here. So I took some longs on this move, like the scalp longs. So, and this was my area of resistance, which we kind of almost nudged. So it kind of followed the Elliott wave and the fibs really well. So just want to share this out. And XLM, initially I was going to play this bounce. So if I was aggressive, right, I would play 618 on the SVGs from here, right? 618 golden pocket is 28.284. But if you look at the big picture, right, since this is wave 4 of our initial moves on the 4-hour chart, the thing is we could actually correct a bit further. So if we take this whole move as one, I plan to take entries on discounts. So this whole move, my entry will be here. So if you guys wondering my positions, right, how I find my positions, I'm using the ZTS to kind of put my risk to rewards. So I feel that's pretty helpful. So it's mostly used for scalping, but I'm using this for high time frame for the entries, stop losses. So I like how mechanical it is. So if you guys want to know how to do ZTS, like the scalping tutorial, you could ask me or John or anyone else that knows. I cannot make a full video guide on it because it's Astro's video, so unless you guys are in Zenith, but we could teach you different strategies. So this was going to be my stop loss and target. So if this is wave 2, sorry about that. The reason why I want to take a lower entry is because Bitcoin is kind of just sitting in the middle of nowhere. If you look at Bitcoin, see, some guys are thinking Bitcoins are due for correction, right? If we follow an Elliott wave, we're still stuck at 5. If Bitcoin corrects, our alts are going to be tanking. So I'd rather be on the cautious side. I know a lot of you guys have the longs somewhere here for altcoins. But if you realize Bitcoin still needs to correct the ABCs, we just don't know when. So my thinking is, since most alts are playing out an A, B, C correction wave, if Bitcoin does that, then it could bring our prices lower, probably here. So most alts probably could drop, top caps could market caps ones could drop another 10 to maybe 20%, and then that'll be our wave 2 for most alts. So Elliott wave is was one of the examples. So we go back to Bitcoin. Why were some people calling 86K, right? Because we had a massive move up, almost let's see, from the bottom to top, 40% move up. That's crazy for Bitcoin. So if we do have our ABC corrections, right, we just don't know when this is going to end. If this is the top, or if it could go higher, right? If we bull flag, right, you could say this is our flag forming. It really depends how far our 5 wave is, and then once we know our confirmation for ABCs, we could target our next range of buying interest for Bitcoin. So if this is wave 5, you could tell that if we fib from low to high, oh, I gotta use my, not the ZTS fib, If we swing low to high, you could see that we have a 618 entry here. So if this is wave 5 and we do get the ABC corrections, right? So maybe A goes like here, and then B, and then C. If we have a correction, no, this is still pretty healthy, right? Because Bitcoin had a massive rally. We're still waiting for a correction for ABCs for our next wave to go higher. So this is not bearish or anything. This is actually very bullish in my case. If we come back down and get more liquidity, 86K, maybe we liquidate the over long people right now, and we could swing higher to maybe, if we project this entire wave, we could hit 124,000 all-time high, and then wave 5 will be parabolic. So this is my idea. The reason why I don't want to put too many calls right now is because, like, I don't want to make the big long positions right now. It's because Bitcoin can still correct, in my opinion, and I don't want to to put people into like kind of a burden. If we do retrace and you guys are overexposed in longs, it's gonna be kind of painful. So no one will want to buy into 86K. If we do retrace to that, then that will actually be the best time to buy. So I'm just trying to be a bit patient right now. Yeah, so if you guys are aggressive, I think we could hit, if we do fall from this pendant, right, I think we could go back to 98K and we see how it reflects. So there'll be 4 to 5. It's gonna sit here like most alts. So another thing is Chainlink. Let's take a look at Chainlink. This one's pretty cool. Also, the Elliott waves look really nice on Link. So let's see. We'll delete something and maybe help you visualize it. So we formed a pretty good Elliott wave also, and this is going to be, it's in this ABC. I think it's probably in the C phase right now. So if we take the Elliott wave from the bottom, 2, 3, hang on, not ABCs, my bad. So if we take here, 1, 2, this is like, see where this lines up. There we go. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So something like this could form, right? It could go sideways. Maybe Bitcoin on the top, like the peaks, could chop around like this for a bit before it gives the correction. So I really like this one. This Elliott wave looks, sit above here. Yep, our 4 is above 1. I think we should be fine on this one. So it looks pretty clean also, the Elliott waves. So if we do get our correction, right? I was thinking around like $13, a bit over $13, we can make our position buys. If we're playing here, we're expecting a bounce here. We got our 618. So maybe it shows some sort of strength bouncing, but if this is the whole move, right? We take the macro, 1, 2, back to $13 something, right? And then we go higher. Let's mark this as white. The macro move, we could technically retrace 618 to, let's see, it's gonna go here. 618, we're going to test out this zone, right? So we're going to catch Chainlink on discounts if we're going to get it. I don't want guys to overexpose on longs because it's kind of aggressive. We're basically saying, hey, from this whole entire move, we want Link to bounce off the 0.382. So I mean, it technically can, right? Because from the 3 to 4, it's also around 618. But if it doesn't bounce, we're going to be eating good, right? So we're going to have the 618 entry and target our number 4 here. So number 2, 3, my bad, number 3 could have our technical targets of here, and then that will retrace back maybe, and we go higher. So we're gonna say this is the macro wave 1, 2, and then 3 we could target technically. I was saying about like above $22 I'm gonna start taking profits. So because if I take profits, right, I could roll over, and if it drops 20% I could buy back in for the next leg up. So that's my idea for now. Be patient on these plays on the correction. If we get a massive discount, it's for buying, okay? So it still respects this Elliott waves and fibs really well. So if I were to play a position like I showed on XLM, I would do the where's the ZTS? The ZTS works on high time frame as well. So if we do our ZTS fib, I like it because it tells you like your position where you should, like the 618 entry. This one fibs backwards, but it's a 618 entry, and where your stop loss should be. If I were to take a swing play, kind of like my XLM idea, we could target here. So $20, I'll say we could start selling, taking profits, right? And if we go above, right, our technical target. Oh shoot, hang on. Here we have our technical target. We could target up towards the top side. So I think Bad Company's idea, right? Buying discount, right? If we get the 50%, like $14, it's a good buy for a spot. Absolutely, I'll start picking up Chainlink for a spot if I see around $14. We're from 15, right? And if I were to take a swing, I'll start taking profits $20, $22, $23. Again, because I could roll over, right? So maybe this swing trade, if I get my entries, if I take a long here, these are some ideas you guys should think on your favorite altcoins. I'm going to target the high, $20, take some profits. If it goes to $22, $23, take more profit, and see if I could catch a down movement, like maybe like 10 to 20% down, and I'll reallocate and buy back in here. So it's just my idea. So if we take a fib, let's see. Yeah, if we retrace 618, so this is the 382, 618. We could technically also maybe go down here. I'm not sure. Maybe 382 would be pretty bullish, and we target higher. So this wave, let's say 1, 2, 3. See real quick. Yeah, we could technically target, we bounce up 3, and then we go down a bit and target higher. So I guess about like $28, $30 could be our wave 5 for this. So it really depends how Bitcoin moves. So something like this, I could see this playing out, honestly. We're gonna target back to all-time highs on this wave 5. So all-time highs was like 30 something dollars. I don't know, last cycle I wasn't here. So yeah, so I guess we could form the top here. So it looks pretty good. I would take my bets to buy down here, take profit, buy back in, and then take profits. So let me know if that makes sense with Chainlink.